guys, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl May and we are back again with another video. If you're new to the fam, hit the subscribe button. Doesn't take long. I upload videos every week and I talk about everything and anything, adulting, self-care, productivity, whatever. So please subscribe. So today I was actually thinking, what kind of topic should I do? I'm literally running out of ideas, guys. But so I decided to do a comparison video about where I'm from and where I'm currently living. So to those of you guys know, I was born in the Philippines way back. Let's not talk about how long it has been. And I moved in England about 11-12 years ago, and literally I've lived here half of my life and then half growing up in the Philippines. So I want to talk about the difference between living in London and living in the Philippines, and maybe pros and cons of it. We'll see. So first is healthcare. So healthcare is free in the UK. We have this system called the NHS. We have the NHS, which is amazing. They're doing amazing things during this lockdown. So well done to you guys. And then if you have like a doctor's appointment, you can just phone up and say, I'm sick. And then you can just go in and that's it. You don't need to pay for anything. But with pharmacy though, you have to pay if you don't meet like a certain requirement. So that's that. But in the Philippines, healthcare is not free if you want to get the best service. There is a public healthcare though, but it's not very good and the waiting list is way too long. And there's not a lot of funding in it, so it's not very often. I remember when I was little, my parents would take me to the hospital and they would have to pay a bunch of hospital fees. Second is education. So education is also free in the UK up to a certain age. So I think up until A levels, and then university is free. The government will help you, but you rack up a lot of debt after university. That's why you have to think carefully what degree you want to do after A levels, because you have to see whether it's worth the 27 grand that you're splurging on. Well, I mean, if you're one of those rich people, then I guess you can do fuck all. Education, however, in the Philippines is also free depending on your age. There is a public school, but you still have to pay like a bit of money for it. If you really want a good school, like a private school, then you pay loads of money on tuition, like directly. If you don't pay, you get no education. In the UK, you can like hold it off and borrow money from the government. In the Philippines, no money, no studying, no school. Sorry guys if my lighting changes. I have the sun here. I'm trying to block it out, but then it gets dark, so yeah, it's weird. Anyway, third is public transport. So in the UK, we have this thing called Oyster card. I don't have it with me, but it looks like this. And it's really cool. You know how they say like the world is your oyster? So literally it gets you everywhere. I mean, not everywhere, but around London mostly. So you use this Oyster card and you tap in, and then you can just get on the bus or the tube or the train. Yeah, that works too. In the Philippines, however, you have to pay in cash still. But I know the Philippines also has a card similar to the Oyster card, but it's more for MRT, so for like rail transport and stuff. But if you are gonna take a jeepney or a motorella looks like this, then you have to pay in cash. So yeah, that's the cool thing about Philippines as well. We have this awesome transportation like jeepney, which derives from a military car, and the motorella and the tricycad. I don't know how you call it in Tagalog, but in Bisaya we call it tricycad. And then in the UK, you obviously have the bus, the tube, and the train. So next is the cost. The UK is very expensive, and London is even deemed to be one of the most expensive countries in the world, and I can attest to that. It's so expensive. The house is expensive, the food is expensive, everything is expensive. But I guess that means you get to have free healthcare and education. Who knows? The Philippines, on the other hand, is cheap. I mean, maybe I'm saying it's cheap because I convert my cash from here to there. But if I was a regular Filipino citizen living there currently, I wouldn't think it's cheap. I mean, if you compare it to other countries like Korea, Japan, I don't know, some first world countries, the Philippines is considered a third world country, so it's much more affordable to live there than it is in the UK. Don't quote me on that though, I could be wrong. Also, one thing about the UK, when I say the UK, let's just say London, okay? So London is a very multicultural city, and you meet a lot of different people from different backgrounds and countries, and it's so awesome how each of them have a very different way of doing things and way of thinking, which is very good because it makes you think outside of the box and listen to other people's opinion. In the Philippines, however, there is not a lot of foreigners out there, mostly tourists, and I think the Philippines still has a backward way of thinking, and very traditional. God forbid you do anything outside of the box there. That's my opinion. But I've been seeing this trend and change in social media. More of the younger Filipinos are more open to things, and they're more open-minded, which is a good sign that the country is like steering towards a different future. So well done to you guys, and especially to those younger people who are speaking up about the political situation in the Philippines, which I will not disclose in here. Also, because London is such a multicultural city, there is a lot of events going on. I mean, there's events literally every day, and if there's no events, museums are always open. There is always something to do. So there's this quote that says, if you are tired of London, then you are tired of life, and I think that quote sums it up well. If you can't find anything interesting to do in London, then mate, you're not living at all. Yeah, there's a bunch of things like really quirky stuff in Shoreditch, really cool things in Soho, lots of new restaurants opening, and lots of events and museum stuff. So yes, I never get bored of London. This is why I love London, because there is always something to do. And I'm what you call in the Philippines as lakwachera, so that means someone who goes out a lot. In the Philippines, there is a big scale event, and there are also events that are not so big scale, so they're not very popular. And sometimes most of the things that people do is the normal, which is watch cinema and then eat out with their friends. So, and because in comparison to London, Philippines doesn't have that many events going on, shops open like late at night, like up until midnight even. I'm joking, it's not, but you know what I mean, like they stretch out more, because after work people like to go out, have a drink, have food, watch cinema. I think the latest they close is like at 10, and then if malls are closed, because that's where people kind of chill out a lot, then there are like plenty of bars open. I remember there was this thing called oh gosh, it's at the top of my head. It's like night market kind of thing. So they lay out tables out in the street. They like completely stop traffic in that area, and then they lay out tables, kind of like Khao San Road in Thailand, and there's barbecue and drinking, and it's like, oh, I miss that part of the Philippines. And of course, speaking of eating and drinking, there's so much food choices in the Philippines. I mean, maybe I'm just being biased because I love Filipino food. I mean, nothing will ever replace potato corner in my heart. And munchkins from Dunkin' Donuts. Oh my word. I mean, it's all junk, but still, I love those. I just love Filipino food. Not because I'm Filipino, but I legit think our food is one of the nicest food in the entire universe. In London, of course, it's a multicultural city, so there is also so many things that you can choose from. You want Czech food, they've got it. You want Brazilian food, they got it. You want, I don't know, Eskimo food, they've got it, girl, I think. But yeah, there's so much choices, which is why I gained so much weight when I got here, but that's something we don't talk about. Oh, I forgot. On that note about the Philippines having like shops and stores open like late at night, the UK, in the other hand, and this is, when I first came here, I was very shocked because shops close so early, like 6 o'clock. And I'm like, what is going on? I want to do something. And that was quite of a cultural shock for me. So yeah, that's one thing I didn't like. Also, this might be like a controversial topic, but I think people in the UK, Londoners especially, are quite snobby. When I moved here for the first time, I was so shocked that people would not sit next to each other on the bus, and I was so freaked out, like, why are people so antisocial? But I don't know, I think having lived here half of my life has kind of turned me into one of them now. And I don't interact with anybody outside anymore. However, if you are in the Philippines, people would treat you like your family. Okay guys, don't bite me on this. I'm just stating facts, okay? I'm not being biased or anything or hating on Londoners or the English people. I love you guys. Please don't kick me out. But the Filipinos are known to be one of the most hospitable people in the world. They will treat you like family. They will invite you in, have drinks with you, eat with you, and then the next thing you know, you guys are BFFs. That's just how Filipino people are. But maybe ever since I've moved here, I've not been one of those Filipino people because I'm so antisocial. But yeah, definitely my mom can attest to this. She's so friendly. And of course, the weather. My word, the weather in England is only two weather. I'm joking, it's not. But literally, they only have two weather. Rain and rain. It always rains in the UK. I don't know why. But for some reason, ever since lockdown, it's been freaking sunny all the freaking time, and I have no clue what's going on. Maybe it's global warming or whatever, but it's been sunny all the time. But on a normal occasion, London is always raining, which is pretty shit, especially if you want to enjoy an event, or when spring comes, instead of it being sunny, it's like raining. It's sad. The Philippines, on the other hand, obviously is sunny as well, but of course there's also rainy season in there, which is the monsoon season. It never gets cold in the Philippines. It's like so nice. You always feel light and happy all the time because the sun is always shining. But the one thing that Philippines don't have that the UK has is snow. I mean, it doesn't snow all the time, but at least there's snow when it does snow. So, and next thing is TV/entertainment/celebrities. So I grew up watching Philippine celebrities and I kind of know them, but I haven't really been in tune to it lately. I'm mostly on social media, flowing through pop culture. I think I can relate to it more on a personal level, but ever since Netflix and YouTube, they've kind of like simmered down and I don't really watch Philippine entertainment anymore. Sorry. I do follow Heart Evangelista on Instagram though. Love her. British entertainment, on the other hand, is a whole new level. I'm not very cultured on British entertainment or My housemates are so loud, guys. You'll hear banging and talking and screaming, but that's norm. That's a norm. That's Filipino households for you. As I was saying, I'm not cultured with British entertainment and celebrities. I mean, I don't even watch any, and I've lived here half of my life. Yeah, and you know that thing about Love Island? It's like a bunch of tanned idiots who are freaking ripped, have drama. I think it's pretty rubbish. Yes, I said it, guys. Whoopsie. Someone has to say it, right? Don't come at me. That's just an unpopular opinion of mine. I can't think of any other differences. Oh, I completely forgot. In the Philippines, there is this thing called street food. I mean, most Asian countries has, and oh, totally amazing. That's something you can't get here in the UK. So, but yeah, those are like the main differences that I can think of, apart from the language, obviously. But if you think of something that I have missed out, leave it in the comment section below and we can like debate about it, we can talk about it. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, turn that notification bell on so you are updated. I upload videos every week, and I will see you next week. Bye! bye.